Alrighty, in this one I think we're just going to do a couple of different tunes. I think we'll start with, I got 3 in mind, okay, and they'll sort of escalate in, technique, I guess. So first one being Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. So we're going to start this one on the 5th fret, that's A, same as that 2nd string there, or the 5th string. So we're going to start there. I'm going to play this all with my index finger first, and then we'll change it up. So we're starting there on the A, we're going up to the C on the 8th fret, back down to the A, G, F, and E. So those are our keys, okay? So we've got 5, 8, 3, 1, and 0, okay? So now it's just about playing them in the right order with the right rhythm. So right hand I'm using a pick, and I'll just do all down picking for now, just to get us started. I'm going to go just index only, okay? So you can practice that over and over. We can also add in different fingers so we're not having to move our hand around as much. I'll stay in this one spot, and where my pinky rests is on that 8th fret. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. So I'm going to go. Okay, so that's the start of it. Still just down picking. Have to move your hand all the way down, but at least at the start there's a little less movement. And then you'll notice as I came down here, I used that 3rd finger, 3rd fret across, 3rd finger. So alright. So we can also play that down on another string. I think maybe we'll do some picking first. So with this one, I'm just going to play it naturally. I think just whatever feels natural to you. I seem to change it up and down, just depending on what feels comfortable. So just change it up. However it feels nice to you, you just do that. We can actually play it on the next string down. So instead of starting here, we'll just start with the open A string, that 5th string. And so again, from there we need 1, 2, 3 frets. So if this is open, we go 1, 2, 3, and this 3rd fret is the same as this 8th fret. So same thing. And then we need to come down to this one. So now I can play the whole tune without moving my hand at all. Now it's just fingers. Still just going to stick to the down picking. Actually went to up picking then. Something about up picking towards the end there just feels natural to me. So that's one you can muck around with, and that's probably as far as I'd take that one. Muck around with your different picking, the ups and downs. It's really preferent, like it's your preference at this point. I don't know why, but I do a lot of up through that whole thing. It's like the start of the riff I'll do down, 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 up, down, 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 up, 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 down, down, up, up, up. I just do up for the rest of it. It's just down at the start. So yeah, your preference. You do whatever feels natural to you. You can do it all down, all up, or you can mix it up and down, picking throughout. No matter how you mix it up, it's going to be good for your practice. So just do that. All right, next tune we're going to go into is going to be Let's do AC/DC's TNT. So this one we can make it really simple again, just with the index finger on the top string here, okay? So this one is, those are our 3 notes there. I think that's really all we need. It's the same 3 notes for the verse and for the chorus. Okay, so let's get the rhythm on that a little better. You gotta picture sort of like you gotta kind of need the beat to be going here a little bit. Let's go. So you can play that all with your index finger. There's a lot of hand movements between those where you could just keep it still and you could practice that movement with your ring finger instead. So that's the most comfortable spot to do it. And I think this is a good one for picking practice. So I go down for everything except for that's down, up, down. So down, 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 up, down. So you can just practice that and it'd help you with your up and down picking. I actually do an up on that first note again. So when I start, I'm on the down. And then I pull it up, because that's just naturally where I am after I go down, up, down. I'm already waiting there. Pop it back up. So there's that. Now we can actually start throwing some power chords in here. And instead of going to this, we'll actually go to this down here. So we're just playing it, instead of on the 5th here, we're again just playing the open A string. Okay, and we're gonna add that 2nd fret as the power chord. So let's go power chord on the E, so that's open E string, and 2nd fret on the A string, play them together, we get that power chord. Now we're just going to use our 2nd finger on G to get that note. We don't need to do this power chord, we're just going to, it's just sort of like a supplementary note between the E and the A. So let's go. And then we want to, so you'll notice I lifted my finger from back here, because I'm getting it ready to go down a string. So I've just gone from there to there, and in between I've played that G note there. So I'm gonna go E power chord, G, A power chord. Now the tricky bit here is you then want to go G, A, G. Okay, so it's just a little bit of quicker finger movement, but it's again just it's pretty minor. So if we go, I'm doing all down here. You guys can do this much slower too. If I do it slower, it'll go. So in this one, when you're ready to lead into the chorus, you just hold that A, and then you play them back. Now we can practice some palm muting. Okay? So the chorus goes. Easy as that. And we can step this up again another little bit. Instead of playing the chorus there, I actually prefer to play the chorus in the power chords on the top. So I feel like it has a sort of richer sound. You just have to practice moving those power chords. And then we can come back over here. Go to the chorus. So fairly simple, that one, and it teaches you a few different techniques. So give that one a bit of a play. Now the last one I'm probably going to lose you on, but it's something to strive towards a little bit. There's a little more finger movement, and we'll see how it goes with the chords as well. This one, Enter Sandman. It's a fun little tune when you get the hang of it, okay? So we're going to be open E string. We're going to be on the 7th fret of the A string, which is actually an E. So these two together, those are octaves. That's an octave of one another. And then on the D string, on the 4th string, we're going to have our index finger on the 5th fret there. So all three one by one. Oh, you can already hear it, can't you? Top string, 2nd string, 3rd string, or 6th, 5th, 4th. After those notes, we use this middle finger that's floating here waiting to do something. We're going to put him on the top string. So we're going to go, on the top string on that 6th fret, between where our other two fingers were, but all the way up there on that top string now. And we want to take our index finger off where it is and take us down to that 5th fret on the top string. So let me do that again. I'll do it slow, okay? Let me make sure you can see both my hands. And the last note is just back to that 7th fret on the A string. So that 5th string, that's your last note as well. So once you get used to this, we're going to go to that E power chord down at the bottom. So you see how I hit that 2, that 2nd fret that I'm on there. On the A string, I'm holding the B note on the 2nd fret. And at the end of that, those 4 bars of palm muted power chord E, we want to slide that up to the 7th fret. But then we want to go right back down to the 2nd fret again and keep on doing our palm muting. Sometimes you miss it, you just keep practicing. So the key here is to try and keep this hand down here. It's just going to keep on chugging along. Okay, just let it keep chugging along. And just practice with this hand over here, sliding up to the 7th. And the other thing that the thing that this hand is doing to help is it's stopping the palm mute when I do that slide. So I let go. I sort of stop palm muting for a second when I slide it up from 2 to 7. But it rests itself straight back down again to keep palm muting. So then when you get the hang of it, so after we do that 4 times, I'm going to do something a little bit different. And I think on that 4th one, maybe for this exercise, we'll just stay down. What we're going to do is we're going to change from having our index finger on this note, we're going to switch over to our middle finger on that B note there. Because we're going to be using these, our index and ring fingers on this 2nd fret on the D string, which is again an octave of E. And we're also going to be making this finger here go down to the 1st fret on the A string and open on the A as well. Okay, so this time we're going to go. Oh, that's wrong. Let's try that again. Holding the E power chord, and then I hit the E octave note there, and I take this middle finger off because my index finger is now coming over here to the 1st fret on the A string, and then open. Okay, so okay, so we've got that bit. So what am I doing with my picking? I'm going down, 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 up, up. I think I'm actually doing up on that one too. Down, down, up, down. Look, I think I'm just a huge fan of up picking. So I'm going down, down. So I play the power chord, and then I kind of just play the note. I do a lot of up through this. All those higher notes are up. Down, up, up, up. But that's just what feels natural to me. You guys do whatever you want. Now, again, just like we were doing over here, and we were ending on that E octave note, we can do the same thing over here as well. So we go. So this time I'm just holding that finger there the whole time. And then I take it off. I don't know, let's see, I'm just gonna play that whole riff through and just see how I do it naturally. And there's one other section that we're going to end that on, and then I'll leave you alone. I think it feels a lot nicer just to play it as notes rather than hitting the chord at all. Now obviously the thing that's missing, I'm going to use power chords. I suppose you could just do the top string. Let's just do the top string. It's going to be G, E, so 3rd fret, open, 2nd fret, open, 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, open. It might sound a little confusing now, but if we go 3-0, 2-0, 2-3, 2-0. Right, sounds cool when you do it like that, eh? And that last note is actually the first note again, so we got to be ready to go back over into this position here. I think you might actually find that easier to play with these two fingers, just trying to stick as much as you can to this rule of 1 finger per fret kind of deal, except for when you're doing these chords and whatnot. Let's see how that sounds. So it's kind of hard to go from there to there unless you've got that finger there. So let's see, maybe I'll change my fingering there. No, it doesn't really work to change your fingering. So I'd say maybe we just won't hit that octave note before we go to this part. Right, so let's try that. So feel free to play it with those two fingers. I mean, the more you play it with fingers that don't quite feel right, the more you might strengthen them and stretch them out and whatnot. So we did and we did you can just do the top string there if you want. And then we did So a few things there to muck around with, guys. You got, you know exactly where the notes are now. You can figure out what works best for you up and down picking wise. We're using, I suppose if you're playing Seven Nation Army up on the top string, you're practicing with your pinky. All the other riffs, you're kind of not using your pinky at all, but you can still use it there. You got combinations of power chords and single notes going on. You got some palm muting happening down here, some slides. So quite a few techniques across those 3 really popular riffs. Enjoy. Sorry I went hella overtime on this one.